Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rashid Al-Hamli from Ittihad Private School, Jumeirah. I am the Co-Secretary General of the EMUN for this trip. And now I'm going to share with you some information about Geneva.
Geneva is a city surrounded by the Alps and Jura Mountains. The headquarters of the United Nations is located in the city, and including the Red Cross.
Switzerland is known to be the only country that decided to be neutral and not interfere in any international conflicts. And the choice of the flag was based on that idea of being a help to humans. That's why they chose the emblem of the Red Cross.
They don't have an army.
First we arrived here at Switzerland. We went to Chamonix.
It is a small village in France. It was very fun because it was actually my first time seeing real snow, which was very exciting to me. And it was very fun because it's a small village and we can walk around and enjoy the weather and see the people. There were kind people there and the shops were nice and the food was excellent. It was very nice.
We enjoyed our time by playing paintball, snowball fight, and some shopping and much more.
And it was a very fun experience because we had a lot of fun playing with the boards and going up the mountain and coming back down. It was not just that, we met very new people like Ittihad Mamza and Ittihad Abu Dhabi. We were socializing with them and we did a lot of things. We visited the chocolate factory. The chocolate was so good.
La Maison Cahier, where a passion for chocolate abounds. Within a year, the factory had been built and production began in 1898.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. لقد وصلنا اليوم إلى جنيف سويسرا ونام الساعة 7:40 صباحا ودرجة الحرارة 2 درجة مئوية. شكرا لكم.
When we arrived to Geneva, our first day was going to the embassy where we celebrated our national day.
With ambassadors, diplomatic people, and much more important people. It was our honor and we really appreciated to celebrate our special day with them.
Today we celebrate the 48th anniversary of the announcement of our union and the establishment of our country. Today marks the anniversary of the unification of the 7 Emirates in 1971. Our year of tolerance also encapsulates the vision of the United Arab Emirates أنا سعيد جدا بالمشاركة مشاركة مدرسة الاتحاد في دبي للمرة الثالثة في عيدنا الوطني، وأنا أشكر مديرة المدرسة الحقيقة لأنها حريصة جدا على مشاركتكم هنا في خاصة في جنيف. حافظوا على تعليمكم وأنتم الجيل اللي بيمسك مستقبلا، وإلى الأمام إن شاء الله دائما ترفعون راية الإمارات باستمرار إن شاء الله. كل التوفيق لكم. ها
محمد الشيخ الكريم سحب الكرم في مدته، اقطع من السيف الصريم ونعمله من شبته، زعيم يا نعم
Okay, Jaffa, what do you know about him? He's one of the most listen. He was the former richest person in the world. He's now not the richest person in the world. He is the owner of the CEO of Microsoft. Words can change a person's life. Do you agree on that? Agree. So imagine how much it's important to monitor or mind what you say, because what is said is very important, can make the biggest influence in the world.
And here comes our favorite part, which we had to represent our countries in the Model United Nation. It was pretty competitive between the delegates, but yet it was fun, and we had to explore a diplomatic world.
It was really amazing when you first enter this building where all the big meetings happen, and just walk in this conference room and sit with like 50 people and argue, which is just a really nice experience.
Delegation of Mexico.
Present.
Delegation of Morocco. Delegation of Norway.
Delegation of Norway is present and voting.
Delegation of Portugal.
Go into voting procedure. All those in favour of the moderated caucus, how countries can best handle ocean sustainability, please raise your placards now. Are there any against?
Good morning, honored chaired and fellow delegates. Norway is a maritime nation with extensive know-how on energy and marine resources. The world's oceans and seas and the marine life are among the world's limited resources that we should protect. Carbon emission and energy consumption must be reduced to achieve the preservation of those resources, and better methods should be achieved. The delegation of Sweden realizes the importance of preserving the world's oceans and seas. Therefore, it looks forward to discussing this and other issues to find suitable solutions.
The delegation of Kuwait would like to start by saying that protecting the world's ocean and seas can begin with changing our thinking in all fields. That's why we need to start thinking out of the box.
The ocean provides us with everything we need: food, oxygen, inspiration, and jobs. It also regulates the climate despite its virtual importance.
Nowadays we get 66% of the oxygen from the ocean and 34% of the oxygen from the the forest. And people these days do not care about the ocean.
From the 1950s, the production of plastic pollution has increased over 200 times, and 8 to 10 million tons has been thrown out to the oceans. Animals had died, and some of them are near extinction because of that.
Destroying these types of ecosystems can affect thousands of marine lives.
Stop using plastic shopping bags that become ocean trash. These things are worth doing, but the problem in our ocean is not something that will be solved through those simple actions alone. And we have 5 biggest threats to our ocean. So the first threat is overfishing. Second is coastal pollution. Third, we have habitat destruction. The fourth problem is global warming.
Water is essential to sustainable development and the fight against poverty. Water scarcity often strongly reduces food and energy insecurity. Floods, droughts, and the consequences of climate change weigh on economies and population flows. Threats to ocean sustainability, climate change, plastic pollution, overfishing.
But guess what? There are increasing issues in the preservation and wise use of the world's finite natural resources. The government of Argentina has developed a significant plan.
We want to ensure that all oceans around the world are safe, and we want to do this by bringing all countries together so we can work together to make the ocean safer, cleaner, and healthier for everyone. We will be doing this based on a program that's called the National Area Surveillance Program. This will be watching over the Canadian waters, which will prevent pollution.
Marine protected areas need to be maintained efficiently and well-resourced. In addition, policies are needed to reduce overfishing, marine pollution, and ocean acidification.
The use of satellites and tracking is able to track the movements of boats in protected ocean waters and observe whether or not the fishing is illegal.
We should practice responsible use of fertilizer, herbicides, and pesticides.
Fertilizers actually harm water because they contain phosphorus and nitrogen.
These chemicals can kill plants, insects, and animals in and around the affected waters, as well as create an environment that is costly to recover. The simplest solution for water pollution prevention is to be responsible with any chemical use.
Establishing protected areas is necessary to ensure that marine life is preserved. Adequate fishers will also help supply demand for seafood and allow oceans and seas to restore target number of species and conditions.
We should eat food lower down the chain that can produce and reproduce quickly.
The Kingdom seeks to improve its marine ecosystems as it's important for development and strengthening of the country's food security. The Kingdom also places emphasis on solutions to address problems faced by marine ecosystems. Laws and regulations are in place for the regulations of marine fishing and surveillance of poaching and illegal fishing.
The delegation of Italy found out that there are species of marine animals that help clean the ocean. So the Italy Research Labs plan to build protected marine facilities to protect and help reproduce these species to clean the ocean from pollution.
Although factories they have to filter because they have the smoke. Smoke affect the clouds and it will make the acid rain. It will affect the ocean.
Build filter stations to recycle sewage water and use it again.
Improve technology to preserve the use of water by setting up research centers related to water recycling and preservation.
Using reusable water bottles as a solution.
Individuals should start recycling more and depend on sustainable choices.
People should use renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power and replace single-use plastics.
Support ONGs to work in cleaning the ocean and finding appropriate solutions that favor sustainability.
We need to shop wisely, buy less plastic, and bring reusable shopping bags.
There is something we call the bioplastic, which is practically not harmful to the fish.
The plastic itself will still be there whether or not it will harm the animals or not. So we need to solve this problem, and we found a solution, which is solid bags. They contain a chemical inside which dissolves the plastic within a few minutes. So this way, the animals themselves won't be harmed and the ocean will be kept clean.
Seeing that bioplastic cannot be removed from the ocean yet recycled, we agreed as delegations to combine both salt bags and the bioplastic to both ensure the health of the fish and to make sure the ocean is clean and unpolluted. 2. Air pollution is a great contributor to ocean pollution, and air pollution mostly comes from toxins like CO2 coming from factories and cars. So we decided to create non-harmful filters that can be put on top of the chimneys that include chemicals like sodium chloride and potassium.
And I think it is best we create make a project that we can fund as countries and to create a more reliable and sustainable ocean.
Global leadership on ocean issues by having a big event every year.
We encourage and help other countries to help join together and help each other in unison to reach our goal of maintaining ocean sustainability.
Volunteer and raising awareness.
We have great challenges and great opportunities, and with your help we will make the next year the best year in the history.
Thank you. I give my time back to the chair.
Being a diplomat, it's a matter of great privilege when you represent your country. You sit behind the nameplate of your country and your flag, and I think that in itself is very gratifying. It's a privilege. So as a diplomat, my advice would be that believe in the ideals of the UN Charter and do not get discouraged by the negativity, and keep pursuing a better world which is free from wars and conflicts, but also which allows all nations to prosper.
Nothing مستحيل. Nothing impossible in the world. This is Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid's views, huh?
And he's right.
He's right. Yes, if you want something, if you put in your mind that you will reach the target, you will reach it. You have to depend on yourself. You have to, you will be responsible of so many tasks later on. You have to look after your work. Leave your office open. Don't close your door. If you're capable to work. If not, leave this job and give it to another capable than you. Right? هذه الإمارات.
I have seen excellent debate, really good interaction. What we like to see over here is what you're taking back home. Have you learned anything?
Yes.
I have seen that now you have begun to learn that the word compromise is very important. Patience is very important. The two most important words, thank you and please, are so important. The whole world is now your pond. You need to perform on that level. And I can see really hope over here. I see future ministers, future ambassadors, future businessmen, people who will be running your country, people who will be giving towards the world. So we need to work together. Alright? So you are the future, you are the world. Get off your phones and live your lives. next delegate, Abrar Al-Falasi.
It was a real pleasure being here with you all. I was super proud of every single one of you. I was deeply impressed about your conversations, the way you were presenting yourselves, the way you all of a sudden could argue. It was really, really impressive. As we said before, it was also a learning experience. Some of the things that we can improve on, some of the things that we will make smoother for our next trips. But overall, I felt it was a wonderful opportunity for all of us, including the VIP visitors that came to speak to us, all the ambassadors and diplomats. So big thank you to Ms. Ashrat for doing that. And I want to see Ms. Reem. Thank you all for a wonderful experience.
This trip was an amazing experience for the children the people that went on it and that were involved. They gained great confidence in their speaking ability and learned great public speaking skills, which allowed them to adapt to a variety of different situations thrown at them and work along with their peers of both genders. And it was a great real life experience into how United Nations diplomacy and how international politics as a whole works. And I really enjoyed working with the children. They were eager, they were active, they loved participating, and that was really rewarding to see their progression throughout the conference as they progressed from perhaps shy or less spoken to really getting involved, getting stuck in, standing up and challenging others' views, which I thought was brilliant to have the confidence to do that and to argue and debate in that way was really fantastic. They came out with some amazing ideas. It was really good, really well done. I've loved being a part of it.
It was really enjoyable, something I think we would probably all admit was definitely worth doing. And for me, personally, what I liked about it so much was that the improvement that we saw with the students. You know, they came in and you saw sort of some people were sort of scared to stand up and talk properly, and by the end of it, you know, they were all to a certain extent better than when they started, and some people just absolutely shone. And it was great to see the improvement, and the conference as a whole was really enjoyable. I mean, we got to see the ambassadors and other really important people. The building was amazing. Everything was just so well done. And if anything, I wish that it could have gone on a few more days.
This was a wonderful trip. This was my very first MUN trip with the students. So we all learned quite a bit. We started out first in Chamonix, and I don't even know if I say this right anymore because we called it all kinds of different names, pronunciations. But the kids had a blast going around town, exploring the town, also being in the snow a little bit. The chocolate factory was also quite a hit with the kids. I've never bought that much chocolate at once in all my life. And then we came to Geneva, and Geneva is absolutely gorgeous. But I think the highlight for all of us was then the MUN conference, especially having had the opportunity to speak to His Excellency, Mr. Al-Zabi,
He was just wonderful and very gracious with us, as many of you can see from the pictures, with cutting cake to he was engaging with our kids, and our kids were just so thrilled and so proud. In addition, I was extremely proud of our girls and our boys when it came to the MUN and preparing and talking and debating. They actually did an outstanding job, because for many it was the very first time that they were out there doing this. And then of course having VIP come and talk to the kids, as His Excellency did. He came back the next day, and then we had another diplomat from Pakistan come, and he gave some additional information that was really of value to the students. So all in all, this was a great experience, and bonding with my kids was just absolutely wonderful.
We love you so much, Dr. Kani. You're such an amazing person. Thank you so much for letting us go on this trip. We learned a lot. It's amazing.
The delegation of Brazil and the delegation of Argentina would like to thank Ms. Kani
for this wonderful trip.
Oh,
I leave my time back to the chairs.
I'm just very happy just to express how grateful we are to the people who organized the MUN conference, and believe me, it's a unique experience where all the students had to work hard to try to learn so many noble values, like compromising, negotiating, respecting other people's opinions, differences, finding solutions to improve things. So definitely it's an experience that no one will forget about. So as our students will be best equipped with what they need to have in life for their future. And it's very humble to train students how to help others, how to think of just being global. And that's the essence of our human side. So thank you very much again, and I wouldn't be able to thank you enough.
It's a wonderful experience because I think it's time for the students to learn certain things that can be useful for their life. The students had a chance to visit the United Nations building in Geneva. They had a chance also to speak in public, to express themselves, to start debates, to agree, to disagree, to show their color, and at the same time to win some medals. It's the first time that we come here, and our students showed great commitment. They showed great interest in such event. Everything was well organized, thanks to the team, thanks to the organizers.
It's such a fantastic time with you all this holiday. I loved Chamonix, I loved the snow, I loved seeing you all shine in Geneva. Thank you so much for all your hard work, and thank you for behaving yourselves so beautifully. I love you all.
The girls had a beautiful experience. They got the chance to be bonding together. They got the chance to know each other more, and they got the chance to experience all around the place with different languages, different cultures, and different people. And we have a winner here, yay! I want to thank the school for this opportunity, and I'm just looking forward for more trips.
This year the trip was exceptional. The students interacted with students from other groups, from other genders, and they participated together in order to join the conference, which is the MUN Environment, My Responsibility. Actually, the trip went above our expectations. In the first 2 days, we saw that the students were just introducing to each other, but the rest of the conference students were highly interacting together. They build relationships, brotherhoods, friendship, and hopefully they are going to continue these relations in the future. What I like about this trip mostly that the students were very engaged. They were very eager to learn new things. They were asking questions, discussing together, and most importantly, there was a positive spirit of competition between the kids, and this led to much more better outcome from other conferences. So I hope the best for the kids, for the boys, for the girls in this trip, and hopefully we'll see you in the coming trip.
This trip was in 2 phases. The first phase was entertainment in Chamonix, France. The second phase was in Geneva, Switzerland. It was the educational phase, where we were in the conference of the EMUN. What was especially special of this trip, the thing that was unique, that they brought, that the people that made this trip, they brought in other schools. So what made this trip, the trip that we love, that was close to our hearts, is the fact that Ittihad Abu Dhabi, the boys of Ittihad Abu Dhabi, were with us in this trip.
This amazing trip was one of the best trips I ever had with my students and teachers.
And this is like my 5th time in attending the EMUN conference, and to be honest, this is the best one. Why? Because if you just sit in the conference without like being involved, you won't like it. When I first like raised my placard, I started loving it. I was engaged with all my students, with all the students, and to be honest, I had so fun. I had a lot of fun.
It was an amazing experience. We were so grateful that we could have come, and we learned a lot about public speaking and how to do the good research.
Especially debating. We learned how to debate and write on the spot. It was very fun. We learned how to interact with other people from other schools and other genders. We made friends with the chairperson.
Yeah, they were amazing, so kind. We learned a lot from them.
It was a great experience, to be honest. We learned new things, learned more about my fellow delegates. I learned how to debate.
I learned to be confident, speak in front of all the people, and learn to be patient, learn also to accept what others say.
This is my first time coming to EMUN, and I had a lot of fun. And I learned about a lot of things, like how to be formal in front of people and many more.
I had a lot of fun, and I learned how to be formal in front of everyone, and how to talk in the EMUN, how to present.
We came here to represent our school in the EMUN, and we had a lot of fun by learning a lot of stuff.
I've met new friends and knew how to cooperate and negotiate.
I improved my public speaking.
I won a medal, and I learned the confidence to public speak.
We were one of the groups who won the medal of the best peers, and I won the medal for being the best delegate throughout the whole group.
وانا كنت هذه الرحله مدير اللوجستيه للتنفيذ. استمتعنا وايد في الامميان، تعرفنا على ثقافات كثيره.
الحمد لله استانست في الامميان واستانست في شاموني.
Half of the people here were like the first time getting into snow, and they loved it.
وصلنا الامميان واحتفلنا، والحمد لله حصلنا على ميدالية.
واللي يميز في هذه الرحلة هي حفلة الاتحاد الوطني للإمارات العربية المتحدة. عندما يوم قابلنا السفير الإماراتي كانت حفلة رائعة، حطينا بصمتنا كمدرسة الاتحاد الخاصة.
من خلال هالرحلة تعلمت وايد أشياء. من الأشياء أن تعلمت كيف أتعاون مع الناس ولا خجل.
تعلمت كيف اتكلم امام الناس public speaking، وتعلمت debating skills.
حاب اشكر جميع المدرسين اللي حضروا معنا في هذه الحفله الممتازه.
I want to thank the الاتحاد private school.
كانت رحلة ممتعة،
من أحسن تجربة مرت في حياتي.
I would like to come again next year. I recommend you all to come to this trip.
Next year, the year after, if we had the chance to come, it's a pleasure to come.
We really loved it. It was a very nice experience, amazing experience. And I really wish to come back again.
That was such a fun experience. We learned a lot, and I hope we could do it again.
We don't just hope we could do it again, we want to do it again.
We actually ended up enjoying every moment of the United Nations and every moment in this trip. And for sure, inshallah, we're going to come again and join the EMUN again.
I would recommend this trip to anyone who thinks about going to EMUN and enjoy this world. And I guarantee you to have a lot of new experience and have fun for sure. Thank you. Thank you.
A special thanks to Mrs. Shraq and Ammar for giving us opportunity to participate in the EMUN. Thank you all.
The first of the trip, we went to Chamonix, but we don't call it Chamonix, we call it We learned how to say speeches, research, how to do public speaking,
Like the games, the activities, throwing snowballs on the teachers.
That was the best.
That was the best one.
We love it. We love it.
The delegation of
Brazil,
Argentina,
Canada, and Belgium
would like to thank the honorable chairs and fellow delegates for coming with us on this wonderful trip.
I yield my back to my chair.
I yield my time back to the chair. 2, 3. And by the way, girls are better than the boys.
Yes!
Yes! Girl power!